So he's not hearing you. And you're like, what am I going to do now? You're a good communicator and you know how to talk to people, you know how to express yourself, you know what you want, you know what you need, and you go to him and you're like, "Hey, what's up? This isn't how it used to be. Something's changed, and I just want to work it out with you." And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. I'm fine. Like, what's the problem? I'm stressed, I'm busy." And you're like, "I don't know. That doesn't seem right, but like that's what he says it is, so I guess that's how he feels." I just did a video, you got to watch it before, about the invisible doom spiral, where a woman comes forward and she's noticed a shift and she brings it up, and he responds in a way that absolutely breaks her heart. Basically, I don't know what you're talking about. Why do you have a problem? This is just life. This is how I always am. I was never different. This is just who I am. I don't know. You're trying to change me. Guess I'm not what you want. Any of these things. And she's like, just confusion. What is this, right? What is this? How can this be? How can I see that things have changed? And he clearly, not at all, sees the same thing. And you can get drawn into communities that call this gaslighting. Oh, he's gaslighting you. He's telling you that's not the truth. That's not your reality. And I would argue it's almost never gaslighting. What is happening is he actually can't hear what you're saying. Like, he literally cannot. And I'll tell you why that is here and what you can do about it. Men have many layers of defense to criticism. Alison Armstrong talks about this. I've seen it in my life, in my work, everywhere I go. When you say to them, "Hey, there's this thing you're doing," and there's a little bit of a tone of, "I don't like it," or "It's not a great thing," they will check in with themselves. Am I doing that thing? And if they don't think they're doing that thing, I'm not doing it. Done. So he's not listening, right? Immediately. If there's a little bit of a energy of, you're screwing this thing up, like you're not being the guy, you're not being the husband, you're not being the lover, and he checks in with himself and he goes, "Well, I feel the same as always," then it's not true. Then you are attacking me. Then this is a threat. Then you are challenging my identity, my very identity, and my very reality. Um, it's really hard for us to understand as women because we are crushed by criticism, as opposed to having several layers of defense where we check in with ourselves. Instead, it just goes right to our soul and we're just flattened. We're just KO. When someone says, "Hey, you're not the woman you used to be." Hey, you know, anything, any criticism, you're on your phone too much. Hey, you've been yelling at the kids. We're just flattened. We just think, oh my God, like it goes to our soul, and we'll think about it for a long time, and we'll be like, man, like that felt awful when he said that. And even though we might feel angry or we might feel hurt, unseen, unappreciated by the criticism, we will also have a large part of our mind going, what part of this is true, and how am I going to change it right now? And even if it isn't true, we might be feeling like it's true. We have very, very little defense from these things. And so when we bring up a very gentle bit of feedback to our man of like, "Hey, there's been a shift, what's going on?" And he can't hear it at all, it sends us into a tailspin. Does he really not care about how I feel? How can he dismiss what I'm saying out of hand? How can he just blow this off so incredibly, like, quickly, easily, like it's nothing? Like, especially if it comes with a little bit of disdain and contempt, like, any of that stuff, then we're just like, can't breathe. It's like that solar plexus explosion of pain. This is the love of my life, who I'm married to, who we might have children together. And when I bring up a very important thing like our emotional connection, and he can't have that conversation, what the F are we doing? How are we going to do this? What now? You know? And I know this because I was there. I went through many cycles of this. And what I talked about before is that if you keep coming back and trying again, you actually end up in a downward spiral. And this is like the worst double bind for us as women because we're like, if I don't bring it up, I'm just going to become so resentful that I will eventually shut down. I'll fall out of love. This will end, right? If I do bring it up, he's going to get defensive or shut down or fight back. And you might not notice, but or you might, he will shut down more generally. Whatever thing you criticize him about, he'll actually kind of do more of it. He'll get more distant, he'll get more sullen, he'll get more distracted, he'll get more busy, he'll get more stressed. So you're like, shit, what do I do? How can I find my way out of this impossible Rubik's cube? There is a way out. This is what I teach. This is my whole mission in life is to work this conundrum. And the reason is because you're a good woman and this is a good man. That's why you're here. It's an invisible doom spiral because there's no visible crisis. There's no cheating. There's no drugs. There's no gambling. There's no whatever. There's no abuse. But there's this inability to work through issues and there's this distance and loneliness that is increasing and spiraling in your relationship. And it's invisible to him. Not that he can't feel it, like not that he can't sense something is kind of off, but he can't see it the way you see it. You are seeing it crystal clear as day. I say this, you do that, this is what happens. We haven't connected. We don't go on dates. You don't ask me out. You don't look at me the same. You don't put down your phone. You're not interested in me. You don't touch me the same way. You, as the feminine woman, are clocking all of this like a crisis. It is a crisis, but you're clocking it like so, so crystal clear. And I know this because when I work with women, they will give me the narrative from the day they met until today, the narrative. And it will be was great, and then this happened, and then that happened, and then ever since then, and they will tell me every detail. And I lap it all up. I'm like, give me all the details. Let's talk this out. Let's pull this thing apart. And when I talk to men about it, they cannot tell me the narrative. They can't. They cannot tell it to me. It is completely vague morass of like, there was a thing and like I felt like it was bad, but like, oh. And I'll always say, did she say something to you? Oh, I think she did, but like, I don't know. And then when I dig in with them, I'm like, he's like, I couldn't hear it. I didn't get it. I couldn't. It wasn't because I didn't care. And this is the part. There's so many people who will tell you if he wanted to, he would. He doesn't care. He's not there for you. But that's not the case. There are these instinctual mammalian barriers that men have to protect their identity, protect their sense of reality. They are like the wall of China. If you feel like you're beating your head against a wall, it's because you are. It is a wall of China. It's invisible again, but to you, it's crystal clear. To him, it's invisible. He doesn't know it's there either. So there's this awareness gap, right? Where you are like, holy shit, we are in a doom spiral. You have this wall of China in front of you. Hello, bang, 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 right? Maybe you got loud and you were like, maybe if I yell, maybe if I cry, maybe if I collapse, he'll hear it. And no, it's like the wall gets thicker. So I can't tell you what to do in one video because this is a lifestyle, energetic transformation to become the kind of woman who doesn't go through this doom spiral like everyone else, who doesn't beat her head against a wall until she hates him and then leaves him. And then he's like, oh my God, what? How could you leave me? Look at all we have. Look at our kids. You're so selfish, blah, 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 blah. No, 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 you don't want to be that woman. You know you've got a good man. You don't want to follow that road. And so there's a few things at play, right? And this is what I teach in my work is you have to be the queen. And that means you do you. You put yourself first. You don't wait for him to prioritize you. You prioritize yourself first. Because even though men have this enormous wall of China preventing them from hearing negative feedback, they catch energy. They catch vibe. They catch the reality of the situation. And so if you want him to actually hear you, if you want him to actually shift, if you want him to actually come towards you, you need to give up this losing strategy of beating your head against the wall of China because it will never work and it will make things worse. If you want to know more about this and how you can, what you might be doing that's causing this and how you can shift it, I have a free guide called 5 Ways You Might Be Accidentally Sabotaging Your Marriage and Your Relationship. This is for women. It's all our instinctual patterns that we don't even know we're doing. We're all mammals here, we're all doing this kind of stuff. It's in the notes below, and you can learn how to get out of this trap because it's not necessary and there is a way out, and we don't have to go through that typical heartbreak. If you want more for this conversation, if you have questions, if you have details you want pulled apart, drop them in the comments. Download the guide, email me. I think this is one of the biggest, the most common feminine experiences there is right now. And we need to find a way to solve this problem so that we all don't go down the same path of heartbreak and divorce. I can't wait to meet you. Please reach out if you have any questions at all. Bye bye.